Welcome to AI Evening News. 9 moves in overseas AI today, led by Microsoft going all in on its own models. Next, the second half of today's topics. Microsoft just stopped renting its smartest models and started building them. At Build, it unveiled a from-scratch family it calls MAI, spanning reasoning, coding, image, voice, and transcription. The one you can use right now is MAI Code 1 Flash, rolling out free inside GitHub Copilot in VS Code. Microsoft says it beats Claude Haiku on a hard coding benchmark while using up to 60% fewer tokens. The flagship Reasoner stays in private preview, and Microsoft claims testers preferred it over Claude Sonnet. The catch is these are the company's own numbers, and it still owns a big slice of OpenAI. The signal is clear. The biggest AI distributor now wants to be a model maker too. GitHub turned Copilot into a multi-surface agent platform in a single day. The desktop app preview opened to every paid tier, with canvases as shared work surfaces for you and your agents. The Copilot SDK went generally available, so anyone can embed its agent runtime, even free users, via their own keys. Google's Gemini 3.5 Flash is now generally available inside Copilot, with 3.1 Pro in preview across the CLI, Cloud Agent, and app. And Code Review landed for Azure repos, with no Copilot license required. The catch is the app still leaves free users on a waitlist, and Azure Review bills separately. Anthropic just turned its whole Claude API into shell commands. The new tool is called Ant, a single binary where every API resource becomes a command, like Ant messages create. It replaces hand-rolled curl and JQ scripts, and it can reshape output without JQ at all. The real shift is control plane as code. You can define agents and environments as YAML and version them in Git. Claude Code can even drive Ant on its own to list and debug your agent sessions. For anyone automating against Claude, this is the missing piece. Google DeepMind just open-sourced the plumbing for AI science agents. It's called Science Skills, a bundle of 37 skills that wire an agent into more than 30 scientific databases. That includes AlphaGenome, AlphaFold, Uniprot, and PubMed, so an agent can run real genomics and literature workflows. You install it with one command, and it works best inside Google's anti-gravity. It's Apache 2.0 licensed, and it already pulled 900 stars in 3 weeks. The honest caveat is it's not a standalone library, and some skills need their own API keys. OpenAI is pointing its coding agent at people who don't code. Codex just added 6 business plugins, plus sites and annotations, turning it into a no-code agent for whole teams. The plugins span data, design, sales, and finance, bundling 62 apps and 110 skills. Sites publishes Codex output as a hosted, shareable app, in preview for business and enterprise first. The reason is simple. Non-developers are already a fifth of Codex users, and growing 3 times faster. The catch is white-collar output is harder to verify than code, and developers still lean on Claude Code. Claude Code can now build its own team of agents for each task. With dynamic workflows, it writes throwaway code that spawns specialized sub-agents, each in its own context window. The point is to fight 3 failures of one long chat: laziness, self-preference, and goal drift. It ships 6 reusable patterns, from fan-out and synthesize to adversarial verification and tournaments. Anthropic says it even used this to help rewrite the bun runtime from Zig to Rust. The catch, in Anthropic's own words, is that it's token-hungry and overkill for routine work. Anthropic is widening a program built around a model it won't even release. The model is Claude Mythos, so good at finding and exploiting software flaws that Anthropic kept it private. Project Glasswing is the gated club that lets vetted organizations point Mythos at their own code. It just expanded to about 150 organizations across more than 15 countries. Partners have already surfaced over 10,000 high-severity flaws, including a 27-year-old bug in OpenBSD. The worry is concentration. One vendor holds an offensive-grade capability, and Anthropic warns rivals are 6 to 12 months behind. Here's a small Claude Code flag with a big payoff for power users. With one environment variable set, the fork command spawns a background subagent that inherits your full context, not just a summary. Because the fork shares the prompt cache, running 5 parallel agents costs about the same as 1. By default, though, fork just branches your conversation, so this only kicks in when you opt in. It's great for fanning out work, but a bad idea for code review, since a fork has already seen everything you did. We could only confirm this from the docs, since the original post was unreachable. Hackers didn't break into Instagram. They just asked an AI to let them in. Meta's AI support assistant would add a new email to an account without checking the requester owned it, and in cases, it bypassed two-factor. The whole attack took a VPN to fake your location and a short chat with the bot. Victims included Sephora, a Space Force chief, and the dormant Obama-era White House account, which hijackers used to post a fake image. The flaw was known since March, went viral over the weekend, and Meta says it patched it on June 1st. Meta hasn't said how many accounts were affected, and victims had no human support to escalate to. If this briefing helped, subscribe so tomorrow's signal finds you first.